right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Monday night team-up call. I love to see so many of you tonight. I mean, literally, what I'm finding amazing is that our numbers are growing every single week, and that's kind of exciting. It's only been, we've only been home about a week since the national conference, but it just seems like the national conference was like months ago. Lots happened. It's been a busy week. Today was qualifiers day, and it's not over yet. The company has extended us and giving us another half day to wrap up any kind of qualification that we need to help us maintain those positions or whatever it is that you're looking for. So that's kind of like an extra blessing. And hopefully Henry Hageman can join us in a little bit because I asked him to share his thoughts about conference because Henry's been with us for over 20 years, and he really had some things he wanted to share about the Tower Garden. So what I'm going to do, though, tonight is I want to get started with a message that really, really hit home with me at the conference. And we talked that there's a new Shred 10 cookbook. So that's pretty much all that we talked about last week, and we're all excited about that. But Mitra Ray on stage Thursday night said something that really kind of, listen, I mean, my hair kind of stood up on the back of my neck when she talked about Shred 10. And what she said was that Shred 10 is not just a 10-day program followed up by a 20-day maintenance program. She said Shred 10 is a 4-month commitment to good health, where you shred for 10 days, and then you're on this amazing maintenance program for 20, and this you're going to do this 4 months in a row. And when I heard her say that, I said, oh my gosh, this is actually a jump start to better health. And when people ask her, how does she do Shred 10, she tells people, I shred every single month for 10 days. That's part of her lifestyle. And so I started to think about what this means. And what this means is that, where she's going with this as a 4-month program is that, every 4 to 6 months, you have a whole new battery of red blood cells, okay? If you stick with something like Shred 10 for 4 months, then you are experiencing that DNA repair at a very, very deep level, okay? And that means that diseased cells are going to be replaced by healthier cells. And you've heard me say 100 times that cells become tissues, tissues become organs, and organs become organ systems. So if we promote the Shred 10 program as a 4-month commitment, a jump start to healthier life, let me tell you what that does for inflammation. We're not just talking about my cheeks look a little better, okay? There's less inflammation under my eyes. We're no longer talking just, I dropped a dress size. We are talking the most amazing benefits to inflammation. So what I'm calling this concept in Shred 10, I'm calling this the fast track program to better health. And it's just a different way to approach the Shred program. So kind of show of hands, how many of us have had a great experience with Shred 10? Absolutely, okay? A lot of us have lost a few pounds. Our reduction is down. For me personally, I've been on the capsules for, as you guys know, over 20 years. But, when I decided to give up dairy, what that did to my inflammation markers was amazing. Then when I decided to give up caffeine, my inflammation markers went way down too. Then when I decided about 5 years ago to start getting serious about gluten, my inflammation markers dropped. I mean, I've got to tell you, inflammation almost disappeared. So like Mitra, I can honestly say to people that this Shred program is a lifestyle for me, and I do the actual Shred 10 program 10 days every month, but my limit is close to the Shred 10. So this is what I'm seeing, though. A lot of us have had a lot of great personal experience with the Shred program, and you're bringing people on board to shred. But what creates consistent growth, by sharing shred. It's bringing our shredders to team. It's bringing our shredders to the mission. That's what causes that duplication. And I'm seeing that some people are just circulating, asking the same 20, 30 people to shred with them, but there's not that extension of the invitation to team, which is going to keep the duplication going. So this is what I did. I got curious. And before I went to conference, I actually printed out the Shred 10 system guide. Okay? And I printed this out. I put it in the notebook, the Shred 10 system guide. And I've been studying it, and I'm going to follow it. But I've got to tell you, I truly believe that the teams that are creating that duplication in their systems, I'm going to share the screen here, are using what I call the glue that holds the Shred program together. You want to pull that up? Give me just a second here. Can you guys see that? It's the customer profile. I believe the teams that are growing business with Shred are heavily invested in the customer profile. And I love that they adopted this into the Shred program because it's something we used to do years ago. So imagine, if you will, that you are inviting someone to Shred with you. They've watched Mitra's video, they're in, and you actually took the time to ask them, why are you going to do this program? Why are you ordering Juice Plus for your family? What are the top 3 areas that you would like to see improve with your health? What if we ask those questions? If we asked those questions, then we would start to understand what are their expectations. May I contact you to see how you're doing and what is best? Phone, email, text. Then, of course, with the Shred program, we're sending all of those amazing text messages on a regular basis. But what if you knew going in what somebody's expectations were? Suppose we think that they want to drop a few pounds, but suppose this person behind closed doors really is suffering from asthma or arthritis or psoriasis or all of these other, immune conditions. What if we knew ahead of time going in? And imagine if after the Shred 10 experience, all right, we did a survey. We used to do this years ago. After the Shred 10 experience, and let's just say every 4 months after that, what if we asked our customer about their experience? Are you eating more fruits and vegetables? Are you drinking more water? Do you have better recovery from the workout? Talk to me about your sleeping habits. Talk to me about your energy level. All right, your stamina. Have you dropped a few pounds? Have you dropped some dress sizes? Let's talk about, are you a regular girl? Are you a regular guy? Is there improvement in regularity? Have you found that now that you've been doing Shred, that you have a decrease in food cravings, increase in mental clarity, healthier gums? Let me tell you, so many people are doing Shred 10 or just doing one simple change for that matter. They're not even aware that they are experiencing these benefits, but they're not really aware that there's any connection to our program and what they're doing. So here's the deal. If we did this kind of customer profile where you knew going in what the expectations were, then we got good at the survey, the Shred 10 experience survey. We got good at saying, so has it met your expectations? And they say, yes, absolutely. Number 1, you have a customer for life. Number 2, this opens the door for us then to say, have you told anybody about Juice Plus or the Shred 10 program? Or Do you know, how about from the Pie series, 5 people that you know and love that might benefit from the same program? Because you see, I believe that this customer profile sets you up to involve more people in the pipeline, bringing them to mission. And I know that if it's in the Shred System Guide, this is what teams are using, and this is how and why they are growing deep and duplicating, because they have a tool now that will open the door to bringing people to mission. Does that make sense? And I'm hearing it from everybody in the Juice Plus community today. If you've been listening on Voxer, Wendy Campbell, who's, first of all, she has that amazing website where she has archived all of this information about every single disease process known to man and how Juice Plus affects it. But if you've been listening to Wendy lately, her messages are this. She says, you're looking for information on eczema. You do a Google search. You do eczema, nutrition, lifestyle. And she says every single time what will show up is eat more fruits and vegetables, drink more water, abstain from caffeine, remove gluten, remove dairy. And so Wendy Campbell is now saying basically what Mitra is starting to say, that Shred 10 is the program to help so many people get on a fast track to good health. Like, we know the capsules will get people on a great track to good health, but I'm going to tell you, I think the Shred 10 program, I think we're still starting to just glean at how powerful it's going to be. So like this week, I have a gentleman who started the capsules a month ago, and he's got some really severe autoimmune conditions. So I'm going to visit with him this week, and guess what I'm going to invite him to do now? To take the next step and to jump into the Shred program. So let's not minimize what Shred is doing at the cellular level, all right? Because this is big, this is massive, this is revolutionary. But also, I'd love to know how you guys feel about this customer profile. I'd love to know how many of you are using it, how many of you are open to the idea of using it as you move forward with Shred program. And I would love to see if on your teams, if it doesn't open the door so that we can more easily extend the invitation to more people to Shred with us and invite their friends and family, okay, that 5. So show of hands, how many people are already using the profile? Yeah. Okay, how many people are interested in giving the profile a chance? Do you see what I'm saying, how it could really open the door to recruiting? Let's call it what it is, to bringing people to mission. Because if you've got somebody saying yes, 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 oh my goodness, let's share this with your friends and with your family. So I think this is a conversation we're going to be having for a long time. I'm excited. This is the glue, guys. This is the secret tool that I talked about in Constant Contact. And I am convinced that if we start using the secret tool, the glue, that our recruiting, our bringing to mission is going to go way, way up. All right? So let me see. I don't know if Henry is on or not. Yes. Oh, good. All right. Let's unmute. Henry, can you unmute yourself?
Can try. I'm there.
There you are. All right,
Hey.
everybody. Okay, so Henry Hageman has been a longtime friend. I'm talking 20 plus years. And he loves Juice Plus. He loves this company. He loves this industry. He loves what we do, and he's excited about what we do. And he came back from conference so excited. And he wanted to visit with you just a little bit about some of the takeaways that he had from conference that maybe we didn't cover last week. So go ahead, Henry.
Well, thanks, Terry, very much. Yes, I welcome to my boat. I'm living on a boat in the Connecticut River, so that's what the woodwork is behind us here. Turned 80 years old this year, so it's great to be here. I really wanted to talk tonight about Tower Garden. I think one of the towering people in my, can you hear me, Terry?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Yeah, okay, great. One of the great leaders in my past, I've been with the company now 26 years, and I got started with the company and became a personal friend of Cynthia Gompers, who was on stage the day before the conference talking about Tower Garden. And she got started with Juice Plus way back, like we did, day one, without any, with any preferred customer program, without any audios, without any tapes, nothing. And what she did that was so brilliant and built a huge team with was she grabbed what was the old orange box and she tucked it under her arm and she went everywhere with it. And people said, "What is that orange box and that you have there?" And she said, "Oh, that's my fruits and vegetables." And she would just make it a conversation piece. And she had her order form in there, and we had to take somebody's cash, or we had to take somebody's Visa. We had to, she had the canceling machine in there for a while. It was crazy. So, but she was on stage talking about Tower Garden. And I haven't seen her as excited as the early days of Juice Plus. She was not somebody who got Tower Garden out of the gate, but I'll tell you, she gets it now. She understands that it is one of the greatest connection tools that we have ever been given. And she is growing them up in her house in Massachusetts, and she is out in schools and in nursing homes, and she has this thing she visualized way back when Juice Plus got started. She said, "This is going to be in every kitchen in America." And she got on stage the other day, and for those of you that were there, and she was talking about, you got to visualize the Tower Garden is the kitchen of the future. It's going to be in every household in the country. And we're here on the ground floor, and there's just never been a better time to get the conversation going. And she talked about having an electrician come in, or a contractor who was working on her house come in, and how she got to talking about the towers. And first thing you know, she has them on Juice Plus, and she has them in her organization. And it's just a magical tool. And she talked about, winter is the new spring in New England, because, initially lights, there was no real vision with the company that lights were going to be key and that people were going to want to grow it year round. Well, guess again, because anybody up here wants to grow this thing year round, and most people want to put it in their living room as their showpiece. She talked about just getting in the groove. If you're part-time, get a Tower Garden yourself. There's nothing like having pictures of yourself with the Tower Garden. Sell one or two in prime time in the springtime when people are thinking about growing. Try to sell one at least during the winter months when people are housebound and it's gray and they have nothing else to do. She talked about what a great guy James Kaufman was. And then he came on the stage. He's heading up the Tower Farms, and he's worked with Tim Blank, and brilliant guy, really good businessman. And he understands where this is going to go. He's got a vision for it. It took him a little while to get his brain wrapped around it, but it's fully wrapped around now. And he's somebody with the high beams on. The other thing she talked about is how the Cook County Convention Center in Orlando is the country's largest convention center, and how we're having a Tower Garden installation there. How it is going to be a huge PR plus for us. And I just can't tell you enough how it was just really exciting for me to see Cynthia Gompers, who got it with Juice Plus. She's got it with the Tower Garden. And I'm telling you, now is the time to get one. If you don't have one, get a Tower Garden. We've had two growing inside. We have them out on the dock right next to the boat now. We've got more kale and we know what to do with it. It's just bushed out. It's just amazing. So we have it in our shakes every day, and I just can't recommend them enough. So that's really the main thing I wanted to share.
Wow. Thank you, Henry, because it's, I didn't want us to forget that the Tower Garden is.
It's huge. It's huge.
Just like Shred, we're just chipping away at the very tip of this massive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we've got a large organization starting in the Outer Banks that all they saw was Tower Garden initially. They had no vision, don't want to talk about pills. They've been there, done that. And then they started understanding food and the importance of it. And now they're getting people on Shred. It's brilliant.
So it doesn't matter which door you walk through.
Nope. That's it.
Okay, we all end up coming to the mission together. All right. You're the best, Henry. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate you so much. And guys, next week, okay, not Rachel Brewer. Oh my goodness, I'm having a complete blank. I have an amazing NMD that's going to be speaking with us next week. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know anything else, all right? Same time, same station, be there. Know I love you. Live an epic life. Good night.